Good morning, Tarot fam. So it is bright and early on May 29th, 2024. And I was experimenting with shorts last week, and I did a short on Will William invite Harry to his coronation. And my good friend, follower, Ellen Campbell was like, hey, we need a little bit more in the comments. So I'm totally going to do a little bit more right now. So sit tight. We're going to do a bigger reading on it. I want to stress to everyone that this is going to be reading the current energies right now. So right now we know that their relationship is kind of in shambles. They're not really speaking to each other. William is dealing with his father being sick, his wife being sick. There's a lot of stuff going on that side. So we're going to take a look at the current energies, but we'll be right back. Thanks so much for sticking around. So today I'm going to use a little deck. I'm going to use my mini Llewellyn Classic. I'll put the full size and the mini in the description in case you guys want to get it. I really love this deck. It's very pretty, and it's a little bit of a softer read. So, it's softer than some of the other decks I have. It's just a little bit more flowery than the traditional Rider-Waite. Forgive my hair. I literally rolled out of bed, took Angus to school, and this is what I look like. I did put makeup on. You guys don't want to see me without makeup. But let's take a look at what's going on with these two boys. So there's actually two questions. Since I'm doing an expanded version of the short that I did, we're going to cover will William invite Harry to the coronation? How is that going to be handled? But more importantly, we're going to see if Harry's going to go to his father's funeral. I think right now, and again, I want to stress when we read tarot like this, there are no fixed points in the future. Like Harry has not decided whether he's going to go to his father's funeral or not. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at if there was an event right now, heaven forbid, would Harry attend the funeral? So let's pull up that card view. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. We've had so many new subscribers on this channel and also on the Psychic News Report. I really appreciate that. Tomorrow we will be live on the Psychic News Report at 1:15 New York time. So we're looking forward to seeing all of you there. And I am going to squeeze out a live today. So I want to make sure that I get a live and I get some things for you guys. Also, some surprises are coming up. I've got some sales coming up. So I want to let you guys know about that. I did take the weekend off for Memorial Day, but we are back and doing crazy stuff. So, all right. So let's pull up the card view. And let's get going. And as always, my friends, this is for entertainment purposes only. So do your own research. So first question we're going to ask the funeral question. Heaven forbid, if something happened to King Charles right now, would Harry attend the funeral? And we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the World in reverse, the Hangman in reverse. You guys know I love that Hangman. The Seven of Cups in the upright, the Queen of Swords, and then Justice in reverse on the bottom. So this does not look good. So if heaven forbid something happened to King Charles right now, this King of Pentacles in reverse, I just can't find it in my schedule. I just can't find it in my life. There's no security. We've got that Nine of Pentacles there. Why would I leave my security here in the United States? It's just not feasible. I think the level of security that Harry is talking about, and just recently we had reports that not only did he refuse a place to stay in a royal household when he went back for the Invictus 10-year anniversary. But he he actually said, "Well, the king should have reached out and asked me to fit it in my schedule." The arrogance, just the sheer arrogance. This business of Nine of Pentacles, no, 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 I'm safe here. You can't provide security for me. I think the security that Harry is concerned about at this point is security from the family itself. So he, I think, has very much concerns about walking around amongst other royal family members. So, Mike Tyndall comes to mind. I think Mike Tyndall does not consider himself a royal, so to speak, but I think he really speaks his mind. Also, there is Beatrice's husband, who I think is somewhat, he comes from a royal background, or a noble background, I believe is the correct word. He seems to have no patience for this nonsense either, for the arrogance that's coming out. This world in reverse, he's going to perpetuate the heaven. Again, we're speculating. He would perpetuate this nonsense. He would make this all about himself. He also is not learning from the mistakes of the past. Like when he went to the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral, Prince Philip, and when he went to the Queen's funeral, he made it all about himself both times. He really tried to turn that focus onto himself. Here, Seven of Cups, it's gaslighting card. We're going to see a lot of stories being told. Oh, well, we couldn't possibly come. We can't leave the children. Someone has impetigo. Like, there's going to be some kind of crazy storyline. Who's the driving force behind it, though? The driving force would be the wife. This would be a case of she would be making the bullets and he would be firing them. And we see that a lot in relationships that have this kind of dynamic. So I think it would be a collective decision, but I think somebody would be really pushing their agenda. Under here, would this be a foolish thing? Absolutely. Absolutely. This would be the dumbest thing that he could do. What would he do on the American side? Would he have his own little funeral? I think he would try to do like a simulcast or something. Like I'm getting a vision of him like kind of standing in a bar doing a simulcast, like on a big screen TV, and like nobody's there. Like people are just like hanging out at the corner bar, like drinking. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, the funeral's on today. Like I just feel like he would try and do like a private event for the king's funeral here in the United States, but he wouldn't get a reception for it. There would just be no one there really paying attention to it. So I think that would be a huge fumble. How would William feel if his brother did not go to King Charles III's funeral? How would William feel? Because for those of us that are not in the know, the moment the monarch passes away, we don't need the coronation. The moment the monarch passes away, that responsibility passes to the heir. So it happens instantaneously. We don't need the coronation to make that happen. So how would William feel if Harry, I'm going to say it, blew off the funeral? How would he feel? Seven of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Swords, the Fool card in the upright, and the Eight of Pentacles. It would give him the ammunition. Six of Pentacles. And the Devil in the shadow compartment. So it would give him the ammunition to really, and I'm sorry for all the ammunition and bullets and things that I'm saying, but it would give him the ammunition to step into the lead position as the lead mourner. And I think William would effectively balance those two things, balance the, what would be the impending coronation and the mourning process. So the Seven of Cups here, sorry, guys, I put something flashing on my desk. The Seven of Pentacles here, it would create a situation where he could put some planning into place. So there are plans that they're making currently, contingency plans. So there's a number of folders or binders, or a binder with a bunch of separators that they have, that the courtiers and the Privy Council have. And they are crafting responses to everything that the American renegades are going to do. So, or that they could possibly do. So they have contingency plans for everything, but it's never reactive. So, the reactive part of it is kind of a climate approach. So they have a very, very large view. So, God bless Queen Elizabeth, the late monarch. They've really the courtiers and the Privy Council have really taken a page out of her book, and they look for the long range. So, call it chipping away at the stone, call it being stalwart, call it, be a patience in excess. They are really crafting these responses so that they can react with the long range goals in mind. So if they have already decided that these two are going to be exiled, that these two are going to be, that Harry is going to be cut off, they've already decided that, and they're just going to respond accordingly with these different contingency plans that they have in place. So this would be looking back on the contingency plans and seeing what's going to best fit the moment, and pulling out all of the clout that Harry has. If you do not attend this, if you do not want to be a member of the royal family, then we are going to take XYZ away from you. I think monetarily, there's a big money vein here. And that really, money is power in every sense of the word. Um, Taking money away from him and taking away like a revenue stream. And I do believe that he still has a revenue stream. He said that his family cut him off entirely. We found out that that was not true. I do think that there's a revenue stream. I do think that he does collect a paycheck. I think he does collect some monies from the crown. I don't think it's the same as what he would get if he was there, because he wouldn't be paying for housing, food, those kinds of things. So the revenue stream that he gets, the illusion is that it's much less, that it just is not as much as he would have been getting if he were back in the royal family and in a royal household. So, that part of it is just something that Harry doesn't understand, because he's never had to pay a cell phone bill. He's never had to pay taxes. He's never had to buy his own clothes. Like, he's just never had to do any of that. For William, this would be an escape. This would be an easy out for him, and it would free them up somewhat. It still is going to affect their work. The devil is here, still entrenched, still causing some problems, but it would be able to create some distance. He would have a hard factual situation where he could say, you really did gum up the works on this. You really did make this an issue. You took the monarch's send off and you made it about yourself. So I think that is very interesting. So, and I have a sense that someone is going to complain they really can't see the cards on this. So I apologize. I will use the larger deck on the next one if we want to use the Llewellyn. So, with that in mind, keep in mind we're talking about current energies right now. Would William extend an invitation to Harry for the coronation? Would he extend an invitation for the coronation? Intuitively, if he does, the moment of salvation for Harry, I'm saying it right now, it is 8:51 a.m., May 29th, 2024. The moment of salvation for Harry. This will be the last window of opportunity for him to save his reputation and his position in the royal family, in his bloodline, in his blood family, is going to be if he bows to William the King. that is going to be his last window. If he chooses to not do that, if he brings his wife, if they're still together and she does not curtsy, that is going to be the last moment that they will be available to participate in royal family stuff. Saying it now, mark it, put it on your calendar. So will William invite him to the coronation? We have the Fool, the Lovers in reverse, the Sun in reverse, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. The High Priestess in reverse is the dominant energy, and the 10 of Swords is our shadow self. So I do believe that it is a fresh rain. It is a fresh start. That's why we get this Fool card. Fresh rain, fresh start. But he's going to be invited as a guest, not as a family member. The invitation will go out, but he is not going to get preferential seating. He is not going to be seated as the brother of the king. He is going to be seated as someone in the way back. Like, you know what? It's not even that he's going to be in the way back. He's going to be in the middle with all the plebes, like all the plebeians like us. Not that we get to go to the coronation, but he will be like mixed in the group, like in the most inconsequential area possible. Like if we're looking from the front of the coronation, he's going to be mixed in like in the middle on the right hand side, like it just mixed in with people, like not really given any spot of preference, and clearly out of the shot. I don't even think they're going to need the candle or the feather to to shadow them. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with my hair. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and fix my hair after this. So the Sun in reverse, this is going to create a slow burn. So again, if he does not attend the funeral, he's still going to be invited to the coronation. But this is like the last straw. We're going to put you out there. We're going to put you in with a group of people that have nothing to do with you. And we're going to see if you defer to the king. Are you going to bend the knee, Harry? That's really what they're waiting to see. Are you going to bend the knee? If he bends the knee, we come back into the family. It creates this open door where he can come back in, where he can conduct himself in an appropriate manner, where he can possibly have his wife conduct herself in an appropriate manner. But you know, they really want to give this final last opportunity for him to behave decently, for him to behave in within protocol. Is it going to work? High Priestess in reverse. We can wish all day long and ish in the other hand, and you're still going to have nothing. Well, you're going to have a handful of ish, but the other hand's going to have nothing in it. Down here, by the time this comes about, with the current energies right now, by the time this situation comes about, we have a track record and expected behavior that we're going to get out of Harry. We can't expect anything else. So, would Meghan be invited? Let's check that. Six of Cups. So, so we've got Six of Cups, Nine of Swords in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, the World, Strength in reverse, the Devil has come home. In my best Piper lawyer, the Devil has come home. So, and then we have the shadow energy is that Knight of Wands. So the Six of Cups is generosity. Listen, we're gonna wipe the slate clean. We're gonna get back to business. We're gonna see if you guys can behave accordingly. No anxiety. You know, Catherine would have plenty of support around her. She would be Queen Catherine at that point. I think she actually doesn't become queen until the coronation because she is not in the direct line of succession. She is not the monarch that instantly becomes the monarch. I think she actually has to be crowned. Here, he's going to let down the amount of oomph, that he's going to have as the monarch. He's going to say, look, let's get the band back together. Let's all hang out. Let's see if we can make this cool. But she's going to behave as expected, as expected. When someone introduces themselves to you and they show you what they really are, you have to believe them. Dominant energy, they know they're not fools. They're going to let down their guard just a bit so that they can see her on full display as this devil may care kind of insane energy. She's going to try and swan in and make it about her. But I don't think she'll go. I don't think that she'll go. I think she will give a lot of information. She'll, say that we've got sorry about that, guys. The Seven of Cups in reverse, the Hanged Man in the upright position, and the Three of Cups. So I think she would give a lot of excuses, and then I think she would spend the day not focused on that, little fuzzy, if you know what I mean. I just think she would spend the day celebrating in her own way. Let's put it that way. Under the surface, that Knight of Wands, she would do everything she could to undo the situation. She's not going to show, but she's going to do whatever she can to undo the situation on her own. She basically, emphatically is going to ignore the coronation. Emphatically will ignore how this affects the world. So that's what I got. Unfortunately, I think that the relationship between these, I'm sorry, my hair, I'm struggling today. I think the relationship between these two men, I'm not going to call them boys, these two men has degraded to the point where they really need like a team of professionals in the room to manage the conversations. I think they need to be put together without their wives. And I think they need serious people. They could use a good dose of Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. Like he would come in there and be like, all right, clunk their heads together and knock it off, boys. This is absolutely ridiculous. I think he really would kind of boil it down. Like you're not supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to be um in conflict together. We're supposed to be resolving conflicts from without the royal family, within the kingdom. I really do think that they've lost sight of the forest for the trees. And William too. I'm going to put William in on this. I think that who can blame him with all of the drama that has been stirred up, all of the trouble that has been stirred up, all the negative press that's been stirred up. I think he's behaved very, very graciously in public. Harry has done the opposite. Harry has behaved atrociously in public. So, do we see this relationship being repaired? I don't see it anytime soon. I just see the escalation right now. William is closed off. There's a border wall put around him that is tremendous. He is just emotionally not going to allow any of this. Will he now say again, we're reading the current energy, say nothing happens from here, there's no peace talks, there's no conversation, there's no therapy sessions between here and William's coronation. What's going to happen is they are going to invite him and they are going to expect him to bend the knee. And if Harry does not bend the knee, all bets are off. We're done at that point. He will not give honor or give grace to the new monarch. He's going to be out. So that's how I see it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Ellen Campbell, I did this for you. So let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. My subscribers have been booming for the last couple of weeks. I think it's because I've been posting up the videos as videos and not as premieres. So thank you to the YouTube algorithms for pushing me to the forefront. because I was kind of sitting at a weird number there for a while. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to the Psychic News Report. Please go on over there and subscribe. Come see us. What we're doing is we're doing newscasting with a psychic perspective. So it's pretty cool. It's not a novel idea. There's a bunch of other people to do it. So, but we do it really well. So, and it's Thor Sandalwood, Rick Paul, the psychic medium, and my good friend Rob Akinpour. We're all over there. I'm going to do a live a little bit later on today, hopefully. And I got to sort my hair out. I gotta give some life to this. I'm on a no wash day today. So, I'll sort my hair out a little bit and I'll do a few more videos, but I'm probably going to do a live early in the day today. I've got some things that I have to do tonight. But looking forward to seeing all of you. And I think I'm going to have a sale. So if you want to get a private reading, I think I'm going to do a sale for the holiday. So probably for Friday. But everybody have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.